Well, I have a problem with you. Because you turned into a lunatic Klansman. When you're not really a lunatic Klansman. You are a fraud, and that's that. And you thought you could shame us all in court. The problem with that is that you don't have an argument. Like you think you belong somewhere. Really a sad state of affairs you are. And here you are gracing us with your presence while you still have one. But you really just don't know. From the beginning, you don't have a presence. Because you have nothing new to offer us.
I have a dream that the war against famous black men will end.
I'm sure the only reason why famous black men have been targeted, their desires of a better treatment of them are either too radical or they're simply desires out of entitlement.
I have a nightmare that the only crime that turned previous heroes like Ye, P. Diddy, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and Johnny Somali into villains was their melanin.
You're joking, right? They are anti-societal. They exploit what society gives them, thus turning them into criminals. Are you fucking serious? Heroes? Too many screws loose there, dude.
I have a vision that if the great Kanye Omari West was born as Hunter Owen Wesley, he would still have his children. Kim Kardashian, bring them home. The Zionists stole his children.
Look, I'm sure within Kanye's statements of anti-Semitism that he crossed one more line too far by threatening life, probably. I'm also sure that within those statements, he has his own delusions of grandeur as what happens when you're actually too famous.
I have a reality that there is a war against black people. And the Koreans have always been the foot soldiers of white supremacy.
Bro, seriously, stop. Even South Koreans have a problem when it comes to establishing allegiances back then, especially after borders were made between the North and the South. Even if South Korea looks to be Western influenced all the time, to have a well-placed government. The 60s were not kind to student protests, not kind to politicians who sought Korean reunification, not kind to anti-communism leaders that went steps too far to violate civil rights. They're far from white supremacists. South Korea had a lot to go through before they're contented and they became what they are now.
I have a truth that I am the modern day Letitia Harley, and I am being assassinated by modern day rooftop Korean.
And you're being overly dramatic. Bitch, please.
I have a dream that I may not be sentenced to 10 years of hard labor in South Korea for the simple crime of spilling a cup of noodles. Seriously, that is my main talk.
What the fuck did you expect? They were running a good business there. You had to ruin it by making it a mess. And you had to speak vulgarity towards the vendor. Do you not care what they feel? If their business got masked by the likes of you? Well, of course you don't care.
I have been assaulted, defamed, lied about, got off, and called racist names by the Korean public. Awaiting this trial. Or should I say, modern day lynching? I am a comedian. If my skin was white and my name were Sacha Baron Cohen, would this be my face?
Dude, if this were modern day lynching, South Koreans would have done this more often to the likes of you. Except they don't. Unless the nerves are really hit the wrong way. Dude, let's just be real. Your counterculture bullshit is not gonna work. Let culture be by itself. Don't disrespect it. Don't decide for it to change. But I'm sure you won't listen to this, because by then you'll be in prison, or you're probably coming out decades later when you don't matter.
We live in a clown world where Zionists are protected, but melanated Jews, such as myself and Kanye West, lose $1 million deals in contracts and are put into psych ward.
If it were a clown world, there wouldn't be any nut jobs like you. Except this is real. Once again, delusion.
Dear Asian, you cried out, stop Asian hate, and we heard you. We listened. But I ask you now, do Black Lives Matter to Koreans?
I'm sure Black Lives Matter to Koreans, but it's you who doesn't matter. Deal with it.
Please free me from the shackles of oppression. The only thing I'm guilty of is left feet. I am asking the Israeli embassy, the U.S. embassy, to protect a great American Jew like myself from this anti-Semitic attack on Johnny Somali, a.k.a. Ramzi Khalid Ismail.
About time you wrapped up. Finally. Didn't have to hear more from your bullshit. It's the other way around, you know. Ramzi Khalid Ismail is your name. It's not your alias. You simply deny what you are, RKI. Simply because you're being called out just because. You're not being held, and I'm sorry that's the case. But you gotta start accepting the fact that after every loss, no matter how many times you try to recover bit by bit, nothing's ever really won. Not for you, not for your degenerate audience, not for the friends who enable you, like your piece of shit boyfriend Hanky Poo. You have been defeated, and you are now beyond irrelevance. Please go ahead and jump off.